how about you react to the latest developments, not just on the battlefield, but they are shaping this overall environment where we have Donald Trump. He's saying that Putin reached out to him, but many are surmising that it's the collapse of Ukraine that is actually pressuring the United States to come to the table once again. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, thank you, Danny. I'm looking at it a little bit differently than a lot of people. I'm looking at it more reverse, that Donald Trump has called this meeting. Why would the U.S. call any ceasefire? Or what? Just look at the beginning of the Trump administration, from Gaza to Iran to the various, impasses. Every single juncture, the U.S. or its allies will call for, a meeting or negotiations to buy time in the absence of any articulated policy change, which in the case of Ukraine, we see nothing. The only thing that's changed are the facts on the ground in Ukraine, and the fact that Russia has basically gained some new regions for the Russian Federation. So that's the only real material change, which is not in favor of Ukraine or the United States. So again, less leverage, less bargaining position from the U.S. So Trump has nothing. But for Trump, it's important to go public, to look like the United States is in the driving seat, that they're dictating the pace of events, and that Trump has leverage, and he's going to get a good deal because he's known as the art of the deal guy. But there's no deal here for the United States. That's what I've understood from this. I don't see anything that leads us to believe that there's going to be anything new here. What I see is the U.S. buying time. They're trying to buy time in order to change facts on the ground because they believe that they can change facts on the ground. But the reality is, what's going to be the big reveal? What happened before the last negotiations at Istanbul, and what happened after?
Yeah. Yep. Surprise attack.
So this ultimatum came from Trump. Trump gave an ultimatum to the Iranians, 60 days. On the 61st day, there was a sneak attack. After the Istanbul agreement, Russia sent a full delegation. What did the U.S. do? And the British and the Ukrainians, they stabbed them in the back. They did not only in a sneak attack, but an egregious attack on Russia's nuclear deterrent. That's a major geopolitical provocation. That's enough to say all bets are off. We're going to war. Okay, that's what the U.S. did. That's their track record. Now, the question is Russia that stupid? Or who is playing who here? If that's the case, is Russia setting the U.S. and Ukraine up for a fall? Because all Russia has to do actually is run the clock out.